Hey guys, SeanB, and today we are talking about the Punisher Crypt dungeon. This is currently my team for the dungeon. I'm trying my best to make a team that's gonna be accessible no matter when you start playing the game. So there are many variations to this team, but in this video I'll try to explain the concept behind the team so that you can build a team with your own unit. You don't have to use the exact same thing that I'm using right now, but there are many roles that you can fulfill for the team so that your team can be unique to you. It's very simple, as you can see right there. We're just trying to put as much continuous damage on the boss as possible, trying to maybe put some slow debuff with the Homunculus and survive during the process, because the boss do a lot of damage. So if you die somewhere in between before you can kill the boss, that's not very good. The team average around a minute, sometime below it, sometime a little bit above it, but it's not bad, and the unit are quite accessible. I think it's pretty easy to build. Let's dive right into it. We have Verde for the speed lead and the attack bar push. The boss is really fast with speed buff and attack bar push, so with Verde you'll be able to move consistently. My Verde is now on violent shield, attack, crit rate, and attack. And you don't want to be on revenge because the left tower actually gain attack bar when you hit it. So when the left tower attack all enemies and your Verde and your Jultan revenge, then the tower will get more attack bar to keep attacking you. So that's not very good. That's why I'm having shield runes. I have my Raoq on violent shield, attack with damage, attack as well. So he'll be the one that can team up with other unit. These units right here provide continuous damage in their default attack, so I can potentially have more default attack on the boss if I take this unit. Yaku is the continuous damage dealer. It can be any other unit with good continuous damage output. You can use Pang or Yin, the light and the wind Rakshasa. You can use Orochi, the wind ninja. You can use Zeratul, which is where I took my inspiration from. I saw a lot of people running Zeratul team and they are very good at it because Zeratul do a lot of continuous damage. He is a nat 5, so decently tanky, and he destroyed this boss very easily. So I was trying to look around to find like a free-to-play replacement to Zeratul, and this came to mind. This man can put continuous damage or ignore defense, and I love it when he doesn't ignore defense. I have Jultan on triple shield because sometimes you might have to take hit from the trash wave and you don't want to lose a lot of HP. And in the main boss, the AI of all these units will not be perfect, so sometimes you need shield rune to stay alive. So I'm running triple shield on Jultan, just speed, HP, nothing crazy. Get some accuracy. A lot of people are running max resist Jultan, so that when the boss absorb attack bar with a single target skill, the boss will not absorb attack bar. So maybe run double shield and duo, for example. I have my fire Homunculus with igniting magic bullet skill for the speed and the branding. Sometimes this can help you to clear the boss fast. If you land them both together with defense break, everyone will start doing very good damage. But flame explosion is the one that's gonna do 4 continuous damage, and it just destroyed the boss. Skill 1 can also do 4 continuous damage, but only 50% chance each. I really hope they're gonna buff this skill in the future, maybe, so that it will land continuous damage a bit more consistently. But right now it's not bad, and sometimes the Homunculus will die. It come back to life with full skill, and it can do flame explosion again, which is very convenient. And the team has no artifacts just yet, so in the future it will be better with artifacts, much better. If you look at the strategy info for this dungeon, oh, my team is here. Oh, I have to erase this now because there used to be a Bastet instead of Yaku, and that will make the team much safer because Bastet is such a crazy unit that can support your entire team with shield, attack buff, debuff, super good, but not free to play. But now this is very free to play friendly. This is where I take my inspiration from, Zeratul. You can also run other unit like this girl is really good. She can put slow debuff, continuous damage, and potentially strip the speed buff of the boss at the same time. So she is really good, and recently she was a hope hero for everybody, but in the future maybe in 6 months or so, she would not be a common unit anymore. This is really interesting, but you need this guy to land a slow debuff because I don't think you can do a lot of damage if he doesn't land a slow debuff, but possible. So as you can see right here, this is a different variation to my team. We have Orochi to replace Yaku, and we have Yin to replace the Homunculus. The thing about Yin is her skill to absorb attack bar. This will actually give the boss an instant turn, and that will allow you to trigger the continuous damage immediately. There are times where the left tower will cleanse the boss and cleanse all your continuous damage away. So using Yin is a very good option, and she is free to play via the guild shop, but getting her is not that simple. Sometimes your guild is just very unlucky with the Yin pieces. So maybe Yaku is not a bad option, but Yin is definitely a very good option. I don't like Orochi. I've been using a bit of Orochi, but he doesn't use skill 3 at all for some reason. I think if you want to be safe, this is where you want to put a healer in, and not a bad idea. A healer is always good, but it's gonna be a little bit slower. Some people are using Rika as well. She's a very decent option with a slow debuff on the side tower as well. That will allow your team to be more consistent at dealing damage, because the side tower boosts the boss attack bar and cleanse him is very annoying. But when Rika put a slow debuff on the side tower, it's really good. This is another option if you are the kind that want to do pure damage. So Chilling is there to put a slow debuff on the boss, and the Doggo will just take turn to destroy the boss. This can work as well if you want to go the pure damage route. I have a viewer who run multiple Raoq, and I told him, you gotta try this for me, and he did just that. So this is a mix between the continuous damage route and the pure damage route. So it works as well if you are really want to focus on doing a speed run for this, which can work beautifully as well. I think it's solid. You have Homunculus for the dots, potentially slow debuff, and Raoq is there just to do some pure damage. And this kind of approach will allow you to clear the trash wave much faster with Raoq. So you might want to consider this if you want to really push the limit with this kind of team. Don't have to run Lucian. I don't really like Lucian in all these new dungeons. When it's AI derp, he's really worthless. Just go multiple Raoq. I think it's just the best way. For the dark unit, I think Jultan is definitely one of the best, the most consistent one out there. Crow is really good as well, but Crow can get destroyed by the trash wave or the main boss if you don't build your Crow really well, or you're not killing the boss fast enough. Those team that you saw, maybe they won like half the time, for example, without a proper tank. Something to replace Jultan is not going to be easy. If you have a Crow, you have a Dark Vampire Lord, then they can be built a little bit tankier so that they don't die. Because in the stages here, if you don't manage to kill the side big crystal, the defense break, they do a lot of damage. Or the main boss can do the single target hit, and that can do some very good damage as well. And that's where people run their Jultan with maximum resistance. That will allow Jultan to not get attack bar absorbed, and the boss will not move twice in the first turn. I actually didn't know why the boss moved twice and sometimes it moved once, but I realized the single target attack absorb attack bar and the AoE doesn't. So if it's single target in the first turn, it will absorb Jultan attack bar, and that is very annoying. So hey, you might even want to run double wheel shield Jultan. That is a possibility. But I think the triple Raoq and Homunculus might be my team in the future if I build more Raoq. I don't really build more Raoq though, but with this kind of new dungeon, I might have to. And I think farming this one right now is a bit easier for me, more consistent. The other one, I have a speed team edge too, but they kind of fail like maybe 90% of the time. Oh wait, I mean, I get 90% success rate. This one is a little bit better. I fail sometimes as well when Yaku and Homunculus just refuse to do their skill 3. Like, I don't understand why, but they refuse to do it. So I think with triple Raoq team, they will always take the Homunculus, and the skill 1 is good enough to do continuous damage. You don't have to care about his skill 3. But if I run this kind of team, then I kind of have to rely on the Homunculus and the Yaku to actually do the skill. As you can see right there, I think he missed all his ignore defense, and he lands so many dots, and that is just really amazing. Use any continuous damage unit you have to replace Yaku and Homunculus, and you are pretty much good to go. So this is my team, and that was my rationale, also explanation on some of the team in the meta. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what team you have down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.